feel like what is so special
You're
about
listening in
the
color.
Ghanaian
Orange
creative
107.9.
that
Orange.
we should patronize what they do? And this kind of question actually comes up anytime conversations as to Ghanaians comparing what they have to the other people from the other side of the world. Now, what I want us to understand that music business is lucrative depending on how you see it. And if we are to open the scope up, we will realize that there are so many things that we could do if we are to position ourselves right.
Interesting.
Now, we are taking a look at the Ghanaian creative, not limited to only musicians, but we are opening up the Pandora box because now the creative space is evolving. We can see comedy coming into the picture. We can see MCing coming into the picture, the
That's
work of
right.
hype men, songwriters, producers, and other things. So now, today I want us to take a look at something very simple. When you look at the Sussex of our neighbors, you would think that we are not doing anything. But if you are to look at ourselves and start thinking what defines us, then we would have a direction to where we want to be. When you look at the best industries in Africa, we know South Africa is the most diverse on the continent when it comes to Africa.
So true.
With everything from Kwaito in the 90s to gospel, South African artists are often able to cross over into different genres, making their sound accessible, and the larger audience that they have actually gives them that upgrade.
Facts. Yeah.
Now, there are so many names that you can mention. I mean, Hugh Maskela and a lot. When it comes to Nigeria, the country Nigeria's culture and vibrant entertainment industry makes it one of the most popular tourist destinations in Africa. And African musicians are known around the world for their fusion of traditional sounds like the Afrobeat with modern elements of hip-hop, R&B, and the combination has resulted to truly new, exciting styles that a lot of people are listening to. Let's go to Kenya. Kenya has a long history as one of the Africa's most important music centers, with artists like the Miriam Makaba and the Les Wenga and among the others. So it is telling you that South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya is the third force, Uganda the fourth force, Tanzania the fifth force, Morocco the sixth, Ghana is at number 7. And it's the home of the most popular music genre in Africa, talking about high life. That is how they describe Ghana. So the last time in our conversation, we got to a point where we realized that if there are people who are taking inspiration from high life, it means that it traces its roots back to Ghana. And now, being recognized by Grammy didn't come as a fluke, but because they know the roots to their sound, which is high life music.
That's right.
That finds itself in most of the music that is coming from Africa. Even in most of the songs that are amapiano and other things, you see an element of what we call high life in there. So now, if we have such a product and the whole world is vibing to a sound, the last time I said something, and let me reiterate again.
Sure.
What is working the magic for the likes of Riala, the likes of the Fra Band,
That's right.
the Santrofi Band, Akable, Atongo, Ken Aisoba,
Ayisoba, yeah.
Kweku of Ghana. The list is endless. There are other people who also are doing the alt music. The likes of Sambo Poku, the likes of Amare, the likes of Riala in the, among other people who are doing it, representing Ghana to the fullest outside. There is an element that cuts across all the sound, and that is the bedrock high life.
That's right.
So, why can't we do our best to position ourselves in a way that will make the world's attention turn to what we do? If not claiming that we are doing high life, but we are putting work to it. Now, the Nigerians are far gone. They are far gone.
This conversation.
Let's not start
Exactly.
That kind of comparison, it will only depress us in a way by not appreciating our growth. It's like comparing somebody who is far gone ahead of you, like 20 years, and you are now starting. If you don't appreciate your growth, you will never realize that happiness in it for it to propel you to the next level.
Exactly.
So now, let's cut that conversation. Let's seize it. And let's look at Ghana, the Ghanaian creative. Is he ready for the global market competition? When we get to that point, then we know that we are in competition with ourselves. Okay, if you're in competition with yourself, there is a point you need to get to. Now, you need to assess yourself, know where you fall short, and know your strength, your weakness, the opportunities available, and the threats as well. In marketing, when every great product is being brought to the market, there is a point of entry.
That's right.
There is a point of growth. And there is a point that sometimes you may decline or be standardized. There wouldn't be growth, there wouldn't be decline either. Now, I'm saying that the Nigerians are far gone because, first of all, they have built something that could actually take us millions of dollars to get those things out there. Larry,
Mr. Bonez.
look, if you have an uncle in the States and your uncle gives you an invite to visit, your uncle is taking care of every bill, and you are just to present yourself to the embassy for visa, do go fight your uncle over why he has bought house in UK?
And that's a very nice question, a very important one as such. You can't simply do that. You simply can't do that.
Unisika.
Yes.
Wouldn't need people who are interested in what you do.
Exactly.
There is somebody who has invested a lot in getting the world to accept a particular sound, creating an enviable market for a particular sound.
Exactly.
It started 10 years ago. It started 10 years ago, and they've been consistent investing in that area to create a market. And now you are there enjoying from the hard labor of these people, and you are pointing fingers saying that
Yes. That's right.
Permits. I'm more to me invite you. If you say if somebody doesn't have a permit, he doesn't have that right to write to somebody to even invite him over.
Exactly.
Unless if you are watching
Of a Kobobra. That's right.
Yeah. Now he's inviting a hand of invitation to you to come over to UK, instead of you to enjoy the moment.
That's right.
And go and grow
in knowledge and all.
In knowledge, in everything. That's in that right. Foreign land. You are here fighting your uncle, still in Ghana. You union do UK home po.
Oh, interesting conversation. Okay. Debbie.
Because it's likely for you to get him deported.
Very true. Very true.
You see our problem now. And that has been the problem of the Ghanaian industry. Now,
don't forget, the action is live on YouTube. You can join the action real quick on YouTube. Orange 107.9 FM on YouTube. Just type in that. You get to be a part of this wherever you are in the world. Okay.
We've talked about sound the last time, so I wouldn't go back to sound.
Yes.
There is uniqueness about the things that we do. The Nigerians appreciate how creative our space is.
That's right.
And when it comes to music, South Africa Nigeria, Ghana, Tanzania would always be Tale. Sound is there. But Mekan Wafa said, I mentioned something about your uncle.
That's right.
Now, let me go deeper into that conversation. Now, this uncle was dreaming of how he'll be able to build structures elsewhere, to have a firm ground on which he can have the right to even get his family along. So he went there lonely.
Okay.
As a lone ranger.
That's right.
He started working hard. It got to a point they accepted him. And now they asked, oh, you can even bring family along. So if you are the uncle and you have your family and you have a wife, you have kids, you have other relatives, who would you pick first?
Definitely, it's going to be my family.
So your immediate family, right?
Immediate family.
So your wife,
the wife, the kids. Yeah.
So they've joined your uncle.
That's right.
Now, your uncle has a big mansion, and he thinks that no, I am good enough to actually bring other people along. So your uncle says, oh, my father, bakuwa, a country called Ghana.
That's right.
We've enjoyed their sound. Their sound has penetrated in our space.
Yes.
It has also, in a way, influenced our sound because the producers from Ghana have been producing for us.
That's very true.
We've gotten connect from R2Bs to the few ODGs to the big guys in the accordions, just name them. So we can feel the vibe. So we can feel that like the sound from Ghana can also do well there. So let's drag them along.
Interesting.
Okay. Now, the monies or the investment by your uncle doesn't become your investment. But you are only taking advantage of your uncle being there, who has worked so hard to get the acceptance, to ride on his goodwill to get into that new environment.
That's right.
And it will make it easier for you to be accepted because already that sound is not new to the world any longer. Back then, we never had Afrobeats charts anywhere.
That's very true. It didn't exist, yeah.
The Afrobeats itself, we leave that conversation for another day because we know the Afrobeat that fella trumpeted. And with the S, it is a conscious effort to bag sounds from Africa under one umbrella, which started way back. And a lot of investment needs to go in there.
That's right.
Now, is the Ghanaian investor interested in even pumping like 10 million US dollars into the creative space?
I don't think so. We don't
How
have
many
anybody
Ghanaian
like that in here.
business moguls
No.
would buy tickets of our own artists staging events out there, like 10,000 tickets,
Nah.
and share it to people?
If I remember correctly, it was number one who tried that. He made that effort, and we all know how that ended, though. So yeah.
Bro, so now we are doing something in marketing that we call piggybacking.
That's right.
Piggybacking is actually, there are businesses that are established already. So when this company who was into technology was coming to Ghana, Huawei.
That's right.
Huawei was the brain behind all the Wi-Fis that we were using, but they were not in Ghana. They were piggybacking through the telcos. So they were manufacturing their products and using a third-party retailer to get to us, the consumers. It got to a point, they realized that they are getting market and acceptance in this side, so they needed to make an appearance.
That's right.
One, if you are getting into a new market, a foreign market, so to speak, it doesn't just come as boom.
Oh yeah.
It takes a lot of processes.
Yes.
First of all, collaborating with people outside your home country is a way of getting into those foreign markets. And the Nigerians started this, I'm saying that 12, 10 years ago.
That's right.
All the collaborations that they were doing were for a purpose. Think about the Bunch and Snoop Dogg,
Yeah.
Rick Ross and P Square,
P-Square.
T.I. The list is endless.
That's
Wizkid and Drake.
That's right.
All these collaborations were to position Nigeria to the world that there is a particular sound that the creme de la creme of your industry enjoys.
That's right.
And that is
Yeah.
who we are.
They made themselves head out there.
So in the initial stages, you know, Drake, as at that time, Drake was jumping on the song with Wizkid. Drake was the ish.
So
Not
true.
when he was in his
No.
low moments.
He was Drake then.
Drake was Drake.
Yeah.
And these are monies. These collaborations don't just come on.
Exactly.
If the Ghanaian will lie to you, we know we shot ourselves in the foot when that collaboration that was sponsored by Diesel for Sarkodie came into play. We said, but do you know how much is being spent on collaborations around the world?
That's right. That's right.
That is part of the music business.
Deliberate effort.
Where we are coming from,
That's
we
right.
don't understand the business. We are only having fan armies who are detractors to the growth of this industry. They are the very people who would despise anything for their own parochial interests. And nobody knows why. Why have we ganged up against ourselves like that? Any collaboration that comes up, we seem to have a problem. We seem to write ill about it. When the Nigerians do collaborations, they see the bigger picture of
That's right.
where they have gotten a milestone from. And they picture into the future and say that, no, I am into the future with you, but I don't carry stone and I'm not a boy.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Facts. You see, most of us media guys, with the industry players, we mostly play a part in all these things. You would never tune into a Nigerian radio and you hear a presenter talk about how bad or how negative a collaboration is or was. They are always talking the positives. They are always making sure their artists are well spoken about and are well positioned out there. It's always joy on joy over joy whenever there is that collaboration. That Justin Bieber Wizkid collaboration like this, the whole of Nigeria. It was as I say, me just as a Mobia cash be but nobody was giving anything. They did it out of
Justin
love, that
Bieber
deliberate effort.
And Omale also had a song.
Exactly.
And Madonna and Fireboy DMO.
Yes.
Rema and Selena Gomez.
Yes.
And
The list goes on
Like
and
if you check
on
the
and
numbers, when it comes to numbers game,
Yes.
I mean, creatives who have huge following on social media. Taylor Swift is the one who is actually in the lead.
On the top now.
Selena
yeah.
actually places 10th or 2nd.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about footballers, everybody put together.
So just imagine.
Everybody put together. It's not limited to
Deliberate
musicians
effort.
alone. But I'm talking about the creative
Exactly.
aspects.
Yeah.
Footballers from C. Ronaldo and the likes. Selena Gomez who plays like 3rd or 4th. The last time that I checked.
And they've made that effort
And you
getting
see-
that collaboration out there.
And you see, it's money. It's an investment. The Ghanaian businessman, the Ghanaian so-called media man, who bear the tag gatekeeper, is not keeping the gate. But why do you want to call yourself the gatekeeper? You, the gatekeeper, you are the one who is supposed to let the people who don't know get to know.
A lucky gate not too keen actually.
Gatekeeping, bang. Gate, bang. Bro, Obiti radio so kasa wonim share about the music business.
Exactly.
But he's the very person who will be allowed from one platform to the
To the other.
They are causing more harm than good to the industry.
We are our own enemies.
Now, so Beyonce had a collaboration with one of our very own Shatta Wale.
That's right.
Look at how denigrating we wrote about that song.
The biggest collaboration on earth, like
No,
in
listen.
Ghana.
Listen, do the person who is on the street no more good music than Beyonce himself.
You see?
Oh, no, Beyonce herself and the team.
And the team, yeah.
Rock Nation.
Yeah.
You know more better music than them.
Hey.
You know more better music than Jay-Z.
The biggest collaboration, to hit the source of Ghana. The biggest.
For somebody to allow somebody to come and sit on air,
Yeah.
just to discredit such a collaboration. Now,
Hey, yo.
Tomboy did a collaboration with Kerry Hilson.
Yes. Another huge one. Another huge one.
Why are we doing this to ourselves? The Nigerian that you are pointing fingers at sees those collaborations as an effort,
Yes.
tapping into a new market,
Yes.
a new audience. Because first of all, you need to tap into an audience, then they become your market.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So he's seen that, okay, this is like this is huge for us. So every Nigerian will be talking about it. They spread the positivity in the industry than the negativity, as we tend to do. We are the opposite to the Nigerian creative.
That's right.
From media to any other person who is in there. And now, looking at these collaborations that started, it was a build-up to something.
Yes.
If you would doubt what I'm saying, the speech by Rima at the just ended MTV Awards
That's right.
confirms to this. He picked up the Don Jazzy's, the D'banj,
Yes.
the Prince, Timaya. These were the names that were collaborating, that were trying to find grounds for the sound that started. Bumper to Bumper was big in Nigeria and became big in Ghana
Huge
by
sound.
Wendy Cole.
Huge sound.
Wendy Cole moved to Ghana to collaborate with our best at that time, our 2Bs. They had one of the biggest songs produced by a Ghanaian record producer, Q-Beats Anderson. Fast forward, the song was everywhere.
Everywhere.
Wizkid saw the sound coming from Ghanaian producers and was so excited about it. A young boy trying to find grounds in the music industry saw the light in our 2Bs, said, I needed collaboration. He came, he was with them. He has been with them and still with them.
That's
and
right.
they have collaborations as if they have an album together. From Slow Down
Yeah.
to Super to, they have more than
Countless.
Davido
Countless.
jammed on songs with our 2Bs.
Yes.
Used some of our indigenous languages in the songs.
Flew down here.
Or can house
Yes.
you know.
Did everything. Did everything.
So, bro, are we realizing that those collaborations, they needed our audience to make it their market? We also had collaborations. Olumenten came for Chame Kwame.
That's right.
Flavor came for Asem.
Yeah.
Came for Flo Kingston, because that time Simple was the ish.
They were the ish then.
And that was the thing. They needed our audience to make it their market. Now, all the investment that they did elsewhere in getting a representation of what they want to be defined by runs into millions of dollars. And if somebody, after to Sanyama when you know, offer a sit down with UK, I'm an invite. Say, brother, but now be. Now, what's my bra, na for sure one. Who could do UK? Pacho.
What grow horns?
Look at the Ghanaian space. From Gamru to Musica to whatever organization.
Yeah.
That mans the creative space. From the Actors Guild to the Film Producers Association of Ghana to any other association.
Yeah.
Do we have anything that we can boast of?
Oh my days.
Samro is actively working in a certain part of Africa,
Oh yeah.
of which most of our artists have signed to that,
Yeah.
and they are earning from there.
Yeah.
Why can't Gamro be empowered to do his work effectively? But the only thing that is being thrown to us is every day we complain, and anytime there is a relief from our pain, we tend not to look at the problem any longer, but we look at the immediate solution that we have been given. That 1,000, that 5,000, that 10,000, and we forget about the plan, which is more futuristic.
I don't know why we keep doing that to ourselves, though. With the South thing you just mentioned, I saw Shotingo join. Is it a Zambian production over there? And he's also doing well, taking all the monies out there. Nice movie. I've forgotten the title, though. Like on point, you see. And Yaguya Diano. Yaguno.
You see, the act, or probably that trait of a typical winner is to see the greatness in people and acknowledge it and emulate, but don't run them down. The trait of a great person is to see the greatness in other people.
That's right.
And you emulate. You learn certain things that could also help you get to that level.
Very
certain
deep.
things that you think you can add to yours. What can we learn as people? The things that we are so enthused about that industry, what is working for them? Somebody who would like to say, oh, they are 200, almost 300 million. So we are just 10% of their population. Do you know the population of Jamaica?
That's right. Yes, typical example.
But what is making Jamaica out there? Because they've been able to identify a sound.
Yes.
And that is what's almost running through the African continent now. Is the Jamaican, like the most of the songs that we are doing, like is that pattern. But there are other elements that you add and you own it. So I'm just saying that we can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Their population is huge, and they've gotten certain structures in place, not entirely, but there are certain structures in place to help guide the system and help them get to where the bigger vision is.
Exactly.
What is that bigger vision for the Ghanaian creative space? All the bills that has been proposed has not been passed. From movies to music to whatever, every space in this creative space has a problem that has not been attended to.
Exactly.
And you are here, you want to fight somebody.
It's like more or less we don't have structures put into place. Do we even have that? Do
How?
we have structures? Do we even have? Do we have that?
Who, first of all, is ready to pump like, 10 million US dollars, 20 million US dollars? Who is ready?
Interesting.
Who is ready? Are you ready to pay that collaboration? Sarkodie and Drake, are you ready for that bill?
Yeah.
No, are you ready for that bill?
No, are you
ready to actually put that bill, a collaboration between Chris Brown and Camilo? Are you ready? Forget about split sheet. Split sheet comes after the initial things and all that.
That's right.
It gets to a point that somebody may love a sound and want to be on it. Even with that, there are so many other things that are being considered. The friction between labels and other things. That conversation, wait, Ghana here. What do we have to show?
Okay.
We have a sound. Are we owning it? No. Are we working towards owning it? No. What is there to protect that thing that we want to talk about? No. So now, if you, the fan army, you are despising a collaboration because it is not coming to add to your artist catalog, we have failed as people.
Yes, indeed.
Bro,
yes, indeed.
Say this. If we are always looking for the negative news about our artists, we will not get to anywhere.
That's right.
Sarkodie did a song with Wale.
Yeah.
check how a fan army disrespected Wale. Because that person doesn't know the music business.
Oh, yes.
And he feels that somebody said something somewhere because the media also allows somebody who doesn't know anything to come and sit on radio and say
part
something.
of this problem.
And
major
that
part.
thing got into the mind of somebody who has been
Yes.
listening to the radio.
Yes.
And that was an authentication to the person because he feels that when it is on radio, it is the thing. Till we realize how powerful our medium is, we will not be that, quote unquote, that kind of, I should say, I want a better word because I don't want to use the word that word. Charlie, I say, everybody wants to be in the
enable all
trends.
these things. We enable all these things. You
Look,
see?
I saw a video today on social media. Saliman
Okay.
saying that Sinner Soul is overrated. Ebia the brofono tias ye with the chimino. Ebia
Sister Sally.
underrated Nankaoka. Because you can't tell me that in our space, Sinner Soul is overrated.
How many people even know about her though? You get me?
Fair enough, you may have an opinion about something, but you think, say, Nkadewe, Nanama of the 2000s,
Yeah.
who has been in this music business and knows the ins and the outs, somebody who has the biggest catalog when it comes to BVs in Ghana here,
That's right.
who has been on most of the biggest songs in Ghana here, and knows the ins and outs of music.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about somebody who is in the trends, so I am not talking about following trends.
That's right.
I'm talking about people, who are, you see, say, oh, can pandit, and now I say, yeah, go pandit.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Go pandit. Oh, hey.
Yeah.
So, we need my dear friend, a pandit. You can just Google and see. It is somebody who is an expert in a subject
In-depth knowledge.
or a chosen field. So you don't just bring anybody and write pandit there. An expert. So it could be that this show we want to talk about music. I may be a pundit in other areas, but maybe not music as in
Exactly.
progression and other things. So
Exactly.
if you need a sound engineer or a music producer to come and sit here, I may have an idea, have an opinion about how they operate, but to give you in-depth knowledge as an expert, I may not be the one.
You would lack. Yeah. You would lack.
So we should know. And yet, Obi Wanoma or a panel member,
Yeah.
on your pundit,
That's right.
Obi Wanoma a commentator,
Yeah.
on your pundit.
So true.
Draw the lines. We are making the as a human effort. Sebe, kwasi ampa biyama no so a oti radio.
Adwuma no so nya adwuma da fam.
And do you think we can build an industry like this?
No two ways. No ways. No way. No way.
The Ghanaian Fanami tweeted at Wale that Sarkodie has resurrected your career.
Way.
And Wale responded, is that how you actually do your thing on this side?
Way.
And Sarkodie had to come out to debunk that statement of disrespect. Can this foster more collaborations in the future for our artists?
Never.
And do we even know the boardroom conversations that goes on in the background before a collaboration is even done? Do we know the plugs that you need to pull? Monies that needs to go down.
Exactly.
You are there on social media. You can buy 5 cities, 10 cities, so you can talk anyhow to an investment. Somebody's investing like a 200,000 for that collaboration to be done. You have no idea. And we are not ready to also let them understand that the business called the music business or the show business is more than what they know on social media. It goes beyond that. Okay? Do you know the appearance fee for Stormzy in a music video?
Yeah, I very know Stormzy in the UK. I wouldn't.
Like,
I wouldn't know.
£300,000.
Yeah. Hey, Chairman, I have some kid. Wow.
£300,000.
30K.
But Stormzy willingly did that magic for your talk.
Oh, interesting.
He gave him a verse, appeared in the video as well. All that he said was that I want to be a blessing to this boy.
Wow.
That generations to come, he can say that after collaborating with Stormzy, I made this money.
This is new information, though. This is new information. And you'd only get
Stormzy's
that.
video appearance fee
It's
like £300,000. How many people can pay for such?
Wow.
So if it's not plugs, if it's not labels, if it's not people who are in the game that will pull these trains for you, man, how would you survive? And somebody is pumping money into a collaboration just for a reason, because we want to tap into this market. Collaborations don't just happen. They happen for a specific reason. And when there is one, we need to hold it up high and make sure we own it and let the world know that yes, we are tapping into this.
Exactly.
Now, let me talk about the second thing. I talked about piggybacking because that is the only tool available to us now, the marketing tool available to us. Now, there is something that we call, I want to be more organizing.
Organized and a bit technical, like proper technical about the conversation.
Now, do the Ghanaian creative have a brand? Yes, we all have it. But what is the brand equity that we have?
That's right. Underlined word, brand equity.
Okay. Now, do we have the desire to be on the global market?
Growth.
Desire doesn't just come, it comes with action. So in marketing, there is something that we call the marketing plan to marketing action. So you may plan. I know marketers will start planning well in advance of an implementation date to allow time for marketing research, analysis, management reviews, coordination between departments and all that. That is the marketing planning. But a plan that doesn't actually lead to an action without a desire. Most of us will be our plan on team. But the action or the desire would cause you to put those plans into actions. And
Kumasi chat box.
we have, first of all, the credibility. Do we have the believability? That people can now say that no, Charlie, this is a lucrative venture now. Charlie, I can we can pump like 10 million and believe that the ROI, return on investment, we can recoup this money in the next 2 years with profit margin of this. It's business now. The yeke can already also no be a person trending the and more be in your empire serious.
Oh, so true.
People take us as a
So true.
Sabio, the everyday news about artists are negative news of news of nuisance. So how do you expect people to take us serious?
It got to a time most of the people out there actually looked at most of the presenters as a joke, most of the pundits as a joke, because what you are seated there talking about, or the pull him down syndrome that came to linger in the industry, actually caused most of the people out there to dislike even tuning into the radio to actually listen to entertainment shows like what we have going on right now. You see, it was almost they also learn. They also know the ins and outs. Okay, we are there with the qualification, with the knowledge to guide them, to help them understand. But now
so now we know our brand. We have the desire. And the desire has a lot of things that needs to come to play. Now we need to talk about marketing.
Exactly.
Where do we market our desire? Do we have that marketing budget for such desires? Because if you desire to drive in Lexus 2023 and you are a menial worker at the Kumasi City Mall, how many years would it take you to pay that your desire, or to pay for that your desire? Right?
A deeper question. A deeper question.
How many years?
Interesting. We having that super conversation right now on Orange 107.9, and this right here is the Kumasi chat box, your number one entertainment show in the country. So the topic of discussion is how can we activate our consciousness to be extremely deliberate to promote Ghanaian music and Ghanaian content. We are having that super conversation with Mr. Bonez.
So now, marketing budgets alone. That is why most of our creatives are now jumping to labels, because these labels have been around for a while.
That's right.
They've teamed up with some people who have shown interest in what they do and have gotten offices in Africa. So Def Jam has been in existence for God knows how long, but now they have Def Jam Africa. And they've signed collaborative contract with Stonebwoy. Camido and the likes, everybody is jumping to one label or the other. The Jackies, the Black Sheriffs, because the budget that you need to activate such marketing plans doesn't come that easy. And if you want to get into those markets, you need to get there. And how do we get there while we are still here?
Yeah. How do we connect whilst we are still here? A bigger question. Okay.
There is a letter
that
distance here from there. That is T. T is time. T is task.
I kind of feel like this is a very, very important conversation, and I'm urging every listener right now to call that artist you know to tune in the radio. Okay,
time.
That's right.
It will take us time to get to their level.
That's right.
It doesn't come that easy, because those times that they were thinking about the time to be there, we were thinking about times to bring our own down. We've had the world lenses on Ghana's entertainment all these years. Gil Green flying down, I said it the last time.
Oh yeah.
Kangaroo with Samini, TikTok. Tony Tetuola, TikTok. VIP, Two Face, Two Baba. You can see that.
Yeah.
So everything was pointing to Ghana's market. South Africa was so dominant in gospel that was cutting across every part of the continent.
Yeah.
The Brenda Fazeys and the likes, their sound was everywhere. They even influenced most of the gospel songs from our part of the world. So it tells us that. Now, it's a task. If you don't know what task is, it is something that you are mandated to execute by hook or crook. We must get to that point of realizing how standardized we've been, how ostracized we've been for a very long time, and think about making a move. Because if we don't start moving and sit and complain, we'll be like the blind man who saw Jesus passing but never made a move.
Interesting.
But if you want to see again, if we want to see the light again, if we want to see the beautiful things in the industry, we shouldn't sit, but rather we should start making moves to the Savior. And who is the Savior?
Okay, bigger question.
Now, the world is becoming a global village.
Yes, indeed.
Streaming platforms have been around for a while.
Yeah.
YouTube was actually in 2009 that YouTube came, and it has been around. It has also opened another chapter of growth to the industry.
That's right.
Are we making good use of it? Yes, we've gotten content out there. And how do we get huge numbers of subscription and other things
and
to
streams,
get to compete evenly with the people who don't see us as competition, But the market of the world has competition, but we are seeing them as our competitors.
Yes, indeed. Massive shout out to you, Commotion GH. You're doing the listening. You're saying a very, very educative show. Yes, indeed. We've got you covered. Kumasi chat box, Mr. Bonez.
So now, the task is that, first of all, let's analyze, let's realize that this is what we have. This has been the things that we know that has actually held us all this while. How do we break and go? Conscious effort, getting structures. I mean, if it's the movie industry, the 5-pack, the film,
right.
like the film bill and other things should be signed and into full operations.
Yes, indeed.
To guide operations of the movie industry. If we think the creative arts, tourism and culture is too big for somebody one to handle.
Oh, yes.
Let's part ways.
Exactly.
With tourism and culture.
Yes.
And leave creative arts, because the creative industry
Departments
alone can earn us so much if much attention is paid to that stuff.
That's right.
So now the task is, are these associations, are these organizations, are these institutions functioning? And what are they supposed to do?
Exactly.
The short-term goals, the medium-term goals, and the long-term
goals.
How do we define the short terms? The immediate ones, we should do A, B, C, D in 2-3 years. It shouldn't go beyond.
Exactly.
Even a year, we can put our house together. Our beat makers are the ones producing all the best beats, new beats.
Worldwide.
The puppy, like the eye puppies.
Eye puppies and the others.
Candy beats.
Yeah.
The beat the God.
That's right.
Vampire beats.
That's right. Shout out to my boy Candy. He just released that Hotcha Muja.
You see?
Yeah.
Vampire is producing all the his songs now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So do we have a problem? We are not realizing how we can have a united front for a cause.
Exactly.
You can't and disrespect the no. Na mo ndwene se obi dia wo no na you are pointing fingers at because one kasa e before unu dia wo.
Be yasem. So no na ye kai. Be yasem.
Larry. So the task is on all of us.
Exactly.
Radio stations,
yes, indeed,
must now get people. TV stations must now allow people who knows the ins and the outs of the industry to be the resources that they can run to for ideas.
Exactly.
On issues.
Exactly.
To comment on issues. You can't allow somebody who come and say that Kwame Eugene there or you the person to him say
you are
the sampling.
You are a platform. You be a microphone amano. Ha, ready. Okay.
Sanipan, he doesn't even have an idea what sampling is.
Exactly.
And if this person understands the music business, he will know that sampling has always been with us.
It's been a part of the journey.
If you want to know, maybe some of the songs that you've enjoyed, you didn't know, like they were blast from the old.
Exactly.
So you felt like the artist is so creative. Chris Brown, Alicia Keys, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Drake, just name the artists. Eminem and all of them, they've been sampling records. And it's like that. It is part of the music business and it's accepted. The song that you jump to, since nobody informed you that it has an element of sampling from a song, you think it's an original creative piece. But since it's part of the business, there's no need for me to come and sit down and say that this song was sampled or this song was sampled.
What does that bring into the table?
Like, let me tell you something. There are some stages that we get to. If you want to always have or be to have an opinion on every song that is being released, you take the beauty of the song out and you not enjoy it.
Exactly.
And let me do something. I'm not being diabolic here.
Sure.
But I just want to cite an example. A couple had a song, Asesa.
Yeah.
Yeah, Asesa.
Asesa. Yeah.
It's a song that was completely from a foreign song. If you know the song, you know. You see, like, let me take a popular song right now.
Okay.
My Shira.
That's right. That's
Why
right.
me?
Why me? Yeah.
Do you know that there are two popular melodies that was actually used in these songs? Esther Smith,
Oh yeah.
Yao Sapo.
Yeah. I see it now. I see
In
it now.
YMEA by PSC Esther.
PSC Star. I see it.
Okay.
I see it now.
Oh
yeah.
Okay. Let me help you. Okay. Senkenye radia. Anka minis phobia.
That's right.
Osomi sama me wiai. No bo me obai.
That's right.
No jeje me tata. No bwe manu. Wafa me fisumi na su. Wabe me odishi. Okay. Senkenye radia. Nisi Omar. Yanko assessment. Maya Shirao. Maya Shirao.
Yeah.
Maya Shirao. Onyama Maya Shirao.
Yeah.
Oya mi shenye yo. Maya mi yo.
Yeah.
Maya mi yo.
Proper education right now on your super channel Orange 107.9, Kumasi's music leader. And this right here is Kumasi Chat Box, your home of quality entertainment, the number one entertainment show in the whole country. We're having a super conversation with Mr. Bonez. And don't forget, we're streaming live on YouTube, Orange 107.9 FM on YouTube. Let's go.
So there are so many conversations that are allowed. And it was about tina radio, so sat on TV and go like, well, Bruh, who wouldn't be a walker there?
Interesting. So I know most of you, I can see the full live bar. So you want to be a part of this, like giddy giddy pa. You can send your comments to WhatsApp. I'm not opening the phone lines now, but you can be a part of the conversation on WhatsApp via WhatsApp 0548 501 584 0548 501 584. Mr. Bonez.
Now, one of the biggest gospel songs that we have now by Nasi is Aseda, right?
Aseda. It's
And
been on the
Davido,
chat for far too long.
Like
now. Yeah.
the melodies in that song. It's a popular song that most of us sing along.
I see.
It's in there.
Interesting.
The progression
Yeah.
was a production that Nasi himself did for Bo. He did that progression for Moses. Moses, the rendition that Nasi did with Obo and A.B. Crenso
Yeah.
is the same progression.
Interesting.
Then he used telephone. You see, there are conversations that are not to say Ubia Betnasi no can na wise there be. It is allowed in the space.
Exactly. Yeah.
The Chris Browns, the Eminems are sampling
All the
songs.
big names
have
you
no
know.
idea.
Yeah.
It is only right for us to come to terms and accept the fact that this is music business and sampling is one of the elements that are being used in this space and is allowed. Now, I talked about marketing. I've talked about the difference between here and there. That is the time and the task on our shoulders. Now, marketing. South Africa, Nigeria. What is working for them? Larry, you know very well that as every businessman, you look at how viable the market is, or probably a niche you want to take advantage of.
That's right.
Okay, so in the initial stages of radio in Ghana, you realize that we had about few of them. But how vibrant the market is got a lot of attention. And a lot of investment decided to venture into radio. Some are paying off, others are still breaking even and making it happen.
That's
but
right.
they are very much sure of the bigger picture that we will get there.
Yeah.
So, now we've seen South Africa, we've seen Nigeria, We've seen Tanzania.
That's right.
We've seen Kenya. Where like Senegal, like Sierra Leone, we see how our artists are recording huge numbers there. Guru is one of the topmost artists in Sierra Leone and Senegal. His songs keep topping charts.
That's right.
In those areas.
That's right.
But look, the reason why we are not content with that is because we see the market for music to be from Nigeria and South Africa. And what is working for them? South Africa has a login system of which we are just saying that if Okreku Mante, who has been in music business and now into active politics, is at the creative arts ministry, on to mean champion idea bakope, I have friend the log system for our artists.
That's
because
true.
you have invested in music before, you've enjoyed from music before, and now music got you where you are because your popularity and everything Okreku Mante was built
On music.
around music.
Yeah. All music. All music.
Being the programs manager for hits and everything,
That's
it
right.
was music.
Music.
That got you those things.
Music. All music.
Being a manager of a radio station, is music not part of it?
That's right.
So, why can't we stand for a cause? Stand for one thing. Say that I want to do this. Let it go into the books. Let it be in the annals that this thing was executed by myself and my administration
That's
for
right.
the good of the music industry. Because now, how do we even get to know whose song is being played or not? How do we get to monitor?
Yeah.
Now, South Africans are monitoring everything. So the Ghanaian Act is so pleased to have his record being played in South Africa because at the end of the month, at the end of the day, he's getting paid. But in his home country, he'll be playing
Exactly.
here and there,
Oh,
but nothing to
nothing,
show.
nothing
we
to
don't
show.
have the metrics.
Nothing.
I mean, the analytics to prove what we can do. How would somebody even take us serious and pump like $20 million, $50 million, $100 million into that space that one kasampo wunim dia oye?
That's right. And it's not like we don't have those people around. We have them around.
Do you think that
But we are not making it,
these labels that are coming in
Yeah.
for distribution deals with these
Yeah.
youngins and all that, what do they look at? They look at the market and how you are faring there.
That's right.
So if we know South African market, if you know the Nigerian market, and there are certain things that are working for them, why can't we look at it? Na yensia, Sebe, yeah, Ghana Constitution. But we borrowed that of UK and so if there is a bigger plan and we don't have it, why can't we look at what is working?
That's right. And follow suit. Great conversation, yes indeed. The Orange Overdrive. I beg your pardon. You see, I carried the overdrive thing come here.
Still are we are driving. Still are we are driving. It's allowed.
This right here is the Kumasi chat box. Yes, we have a super conversation with Mr. Bonez. Deliberate efforts, conscious effort to promoting Ghanaian content and Ghanaian music out there. Yeah, Mr. Bonez.
So now, these are the markets that we know, viable markets. Things are working for them. What can we do? What are they doing right? All the investment in getting the sound out there has been done. No,
if I bought Brady Sikabe for what Quabusha, who's Alan Coco? Hey, okay, so some comments coming through via WhatsApp. Let me do a couple of them. Let me do this particular one though. This is coming from my very good brother, Boadi Clothing. He's doing the listening, and he's saying, "Good afternoon, Big Girl and Mr. Bonez. I'm loving the conversation. It's very deep. You guys are doing the most, but you see, the problem is how policies are implemented in the country." People that are supposed to do the needful are not doing it. So it is like we have so many policies sitting in the shelves, and that info that's yet to be implemented. You are doing your part. Much appreciated. I love what you guys are doing on radio right now. Okay, so that is coming from Body Clothing.
And you see, when we talk about the task, we touched on like the role the government also has to play, because when we are not backed by probably an ally or something that guides our operations in that area. So now, if we are to see the Nigerian market and the South African markets as viable, and see what is working for them, what is taking them there. Now, it is not to make yourself as them, because if you become a clone, you only play a second fiddle to the lead.
Yeah.
You play a second fiddle to the lead.
That's right.
The interesting thing is that there is something unique about us.
Yeah.
And what we can do. Now, we talked about the brand. Can we look at what the world wants to hear from us? I made mention of some people in my preamble to this conversation.
That's right.
There is a particular sound, an element that is working for all those artists, and they've been on tours. From the first day in the year, they are still on tours and touring everywhere around the world. Santofi has been away for like almost a year, touring every part of the world.
More than 2 years.
So what sound? They no more combo. And then and Forsa. Wiala, Akable, Jeduble,
Ambule, yeah.
Pat Thomas. Quite recently, Amachi Dede, London, Kodjantri. There is sound that, and the man Crawford Puban. What experience do they give to those people?
Exactly.
I mean, in marketing, there's something that we call experiential marketing. It's the experience now. The artist, you know, minim the other sa aiwe buy. What's it saying? What's it saying? Say where they buy?
MC is not your coffee answer the buy. Yeah, your coffee.
What's it saying?
Oh my days. So you see, also saying, I learned this from my godfather and the Dusty. So he's a corporate.
What's it then?
DJ Snake, interesting.
What's it then? Artists will be on stage. Yeah. We are here for an experience.
What's it then?
For
Okay,
your songs,
MC
we know the songs already.
Okay, MC
We've gotten it on the streaming platforms. We've been having your songs everywhere. We listen to your songs on radio. We listen to you. But why are we paying to come and watch you?
Interesting.
Why are we turning out in our numbers to your event? It is the experience. It is not just about coming on stage.
No.
Then be jumping. Can you jump out throughout the performance?
No.
And no beat free. Freestyle. You know what? Nothing to write home about. So.
Massive shout out to Game Park and Shawale. He actually gave a very good performance yesterday. Sandra.
Sandy.
Yeah.
Sandy. So my first Sandy. Sandy is my girlfriend.
Yeah.
We've been to Artist A's event. Then the following year, Artist A is coming again. Then we go the same songs and play the new ones at the latter part of it. Nothing special. Do you think Sandy would actually be moved for me to take her to same artist for another event the third year? Or because Bonez and how when I wait there, it is the same art that is presented over and over
every single
and it becomes
time.
Normal to the patron because I can't be paying for something that I've seen. I can't because if it's your songs,
no surprise element.
No surprise element.
Yeah.
And people wouldn't even take it. Why people sit down to plan stagecraft for artists. There are sectors to this industry that we want to build. A man for share that tenacity, planning stagecraft for an artist who do Hanama stand there. This is what is going to happen. It is managed, it is executed, and at the end, it is controlled.
That's right. That's right.
You see, we can't just be allowing anything and thinking that we want to picture what is up there. Because sometimes when you do the light and the end of the tunnel, no can doom.
Can you doom? Why you some say could be?
Bro.
Oh my days.
So the experience. You see, say after all, say Endra. Now, if you were to pay to go and experience an artist, would you have paid for A or B? Because back then we can see, and no company look at the stagecraft of Obo.
Unprecedented.
Ebu also a time I say Obo any accident in the
yes.
Obo stage no say real.
Yes.
Love Kenya at the bone race beba.
That's right.
Now a danche home baby or yen name was or now the name.
Yes.
The experience.
Yes.
The vibe, the energy. That thing, that connection with the fans. And you was sit there, perform. Was sit there.
What's it there? What's it there? Man, come here. Oh.
They say musicians say that they hype men. The musicians are turning into hype men. And we can't distinct the real musician from the hype man.
So true.
Because the work of the hype man is jump to every song,
exactly.
And that, but the musician is there, but he is actually acting like a hype man.
You know what?
What kind of experience are you living with people, and why do you think people would come back again for you? Live an experience. There are so many things that we can see.
I love this conversation because you see,
emulate.
Those days that our boy was doing what he was doing, yeah. I quite remember, I knew this guy back in the days, and he was a part of the team, those that crafted the whole thing for Obo to. So we have lots and lots of these people in the industry, and it's about time most of the management, most of the team add these people, incorporate these people into their stage craft, stage presence, whatsoever it is, when it comes to the music. Because I also will be with the team. That's a chinchina. I call managerial staff. You get me. Now you don't have this artistic people being a part of your team, making sure your performances are top notch, making sure your performances leave a mark in the minds of people. You get me. It's about time. You have these people around. We have these people around. So it's all about talking to the right people, making the right calls. It's all about speaking to the right people for them to actually direct you to these people, to have them, to be a part of your team. You get me? Today, for instance, there's going to be this event here at the basement, okay? And who knows? Who knows? Yeah.
Now, baby, are you free ban? If you talk about money, it's a problem. While we are talking about marketing, it's a whole lot. Have you seen marketing budgets for some artists? To say be a was a Stone Boy, Benna Boy, Camidos Sugar Cane. You remember when George Britton actually came out saying sales per day over $100,000? Yeah. People say, hey, boy, share. Those things that we talk about when it comes to business in music, it's no fluke. And now grow. So if we are talking about marketing, how to get what we have into an audience that we can make it our market, it is only right for us to see what could be done. What are we doing? What is wrong with how we are doing it? And how do we correct or right our wrongs? And I've said that Nigeria is there, South Africa is there, we can emulate. Putting structures in place, policies in place, things that we can do. And I'm also looking at this thing. Now, there are two keywords. If you are entering into a new market and you don't have audience there, there is something that we call lobbying. And there's one that we call peddling influence.
Okay.
Lobbying and
Peddling influence.
Now, there are people who may not be there, but they know the people who are there. Larry. Oh, Bonez. Oh, bro, Charlie, what's up? I need an interview for Sandy Asari.
Yeah.
We were like, ooh, okay. And who is Sandy Asari? Go like, oh, Sandy is this. Go like, oh. But I know the Bonez talking about her means that she's good for the market.
Exactly. Yeah.
That is lobbying.
Yeah.
So I lobby with the resources to my side for an artist. We lobby for collaborations. We lobby to get good things our way. Now, who is lobbying for us? Who is telling our story in the boardroom conversations?
Yes, indeed. When the big boys are sitting
Who
around
is
the table,
there?
who is there? Who is representing us over there? Yeah. Very deep conversation. Very deep.
Now, these people who will lobby, if we don't have, can we be peddling influencers? We want to know them, but we are not in there, but we are with them, we are around them, so we know their shadows and everything. Go like, Charlie,
Yeah. Yeah.
So we must get to a level that we know that this is a conscious effort or a deliberate attempt in getting what we do to the world. And it's very important for us to do that.
Yeah.
And if we don't see our flaws, accept it, and begin to rethink of how to re-strategize for the global market, you know NAS.
The conversation is pretty loud on Orange 107.9 at Kumasi Chat Box, your number one entertainment show. Now the topic we're discussing is how can we activate our consciousness to be extremely deliberate to promote Ghanaian music and Ghanaian content out there. We're going for a quick musical break. Don't go nowhere. We will be back right now.